Good evening and welcome, students, to the first and hopefully last Broadcast Banquet webcast. I'm Deb Lesser, Media Business Director for WZND and TV10. Under normal circumstances, we would be gathering at the Marriott in Uptown and everyone would be dressed up. We'd have a chance for pictures and socializing closer than 6 feet apart. We'd enjoy a delicious meal and dessert while we took the time to reflect on all of our accomplishments of the year. The award-winning students and programs of WZND and TV10 have many achievements. Even though we can't celebrate tonight in one physical place, let's celebrate tonight in this virtual place all of the accomplishments of our students, especially our seniors, and the achievements of our unparalleled broadcast outlets, WZND and TV10, and our one-of-a-kind media business office. The students of the Media Business Office handle our advertising and our events, and they have made tonight's virtual broadcast banquet possible. A heartfelt thanks to the Media Business Office team for this event. And now I'd like to welcome your faculty dream team to tonight's webcast. The incredible Steve Cease, Faculty Advisor of WZND, the amazing Laura Trendle-Polis, News Director of TV10, and the incomparable Bob Carroll, Production Director of TV10. Hi guys, I'm so happy that you're here.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
You all look great.
Thank you,
You
Deb.
too.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that we're all dressed up, kind of just sitting here celebrating our students, and I'm pretty sure they're all dressed up too while they're watching us.
I fully expect every one of them to be dressed up from the waist up as well.
Very nice, very nice. Oh, I sure hope this is the last time we have to do the broadcast banquet virtually. It would be much better if we could do it in person, because the dessert is a lot better than it's going to be at my house tonight. And probably the drinks might be better. I don't know. But right now, Laura and Bob, if you could share TV10's accomplishments from this year, that would be great.
All right. Well, I just want to say, first of all, that really Laura and I are both proud of everything the students have done. We'll start by acknowledging those that were able to manage a part-time job or an internship in the field while also managing to do their schoolwork and TV10 and everything else that they're doing in student media. John Murray and Jolie Sherman worked at WGLT. Bobby Seltzer worked at WJBC. Cody Williard worked at WMBD. Samantha Brinkman interned at WCIA. And we had several students throughout the year also doing things like the Gorsinger Arena and Redbird production and probably other things that we might not even know about.
Right. One of our biggest projects this year that was new that we do know about, although we don't always know what they're saying, was our project with Univision in Chicago. And we're completely grateful to Ana Belmonte and Diego Hernandez, who both made that happen. If you don't know, they produced, we're up to 12 packages that they sent and that aired on Primera Hora on Univision, and the reception that they've gotten for that is wonderful. So we are opening some doors that are helpful to them and us and our program and so many students and families of the future. Programming wise, we did some redos this year that we are proud of how well they went. 10 on 10 got remade in the fall, and it was a very film heavy show. You might remember Sean Nugent and kind of the crazy outlook that he has on life, and he worked with Liam Donahue on that. And then this spring, it kind of took another direction, and it's more pop culture and entertainment, and it's with Mia Riddell and AJ Kafaza and Taylor Mitchell. And then our Good Afternoon Blono show went from something very political to something very local entertainment oriented with Grace Barbic and Taylor Mitchell at first, and then Grace Barbic and Allie Rasper this spring. And those have all been very successful and very fun to watch those shows grow.
Yeah, we also did well in the IBA Awards this fall. We won Best Newscast for the first time in several years, and Sports Zone and Good Afternoon Blono both winning in show categories.
That was a fun day. A fun night was when we got to go back to the Emmy Awards last fall in Chicago. We took 6 students, or 4 students and 2 alums. We hung out with the Harlem Globetrotters and actor Loris Hawkins. We didn't win, but we had enough fun that it didn't matter.
Yeah, last month we were able to present the first scholarships ever from money given by alums Arliss Hendershot and Les Van, and those went to Gabrielle Cook and Grace Barbic.
And then this past week, School of Communication scholarships were presented to Anthony Ferretti and to Lizzie Siles. And Grace Barbic was named the Outstanding Senior in Journalism for the entire School of Communication. And
tomorrow night, we're going to hear who won INBA scholarships and INBA awards. So a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, so we'll know that stuff tomorrow. Finally, we just want to give a shout out to how well everybody has persevered through these unprecedented circumstances. Sorry, Steve. And that we've been able to, within a week of this new normal, we were able to have segments of all 8 of our shows back on the web and on our social media. And we've really moved our social media forward during this time. And that certainly couldn't have been done without a lot of hard work from so many of you. So thank you so much for that. Those are our accomplishments. Everyone learned a lot more about VPN and shared storage than they ever wanted to know. Yes, they did.
Definitely.
So
learned a lot.
Yeah, that's our TV10 accomplishments.
Well, you guys have had a great year, and I'm really proud of WZND and the Media Business Office because we've had a wonderful year too. Lots of things that have happened this year, and it seems impossible to remember all the way back to August when we started doing remotes, even before school started. We did no less than 31 events and remotes. And I will never forget the rainiest homecoming on record. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Our sports team covered ISU volleyball in the NCAA at Madison, and we worked on a late night show, which will debut next fall, hopefully. And Wake Up Normal and our news team covered no less than 8 emergency snow days. Production completely redid our imaging, and we raised nearly $2,000 from the WZND Turkey Bowl. We decorated our office for homecoming like a circus, and of course we won an award for that. And we painted pumpkins with the ISU Child Care Center, emceed Winterfest, and handled event planning for Startup Showcase. We gave away lightsabers and premium seats to the December Star Wars premiere at Marcus Theater. And we celebrated 103 Day by giving away 103 prizes. And now we're Twitter verified. Woohoo! We've had our moments along the way, though, of course. You never know if the whip is going to start. We've run out of Laffy Taffy, too. It's been a very sad moment. But just when we were sad, Penny always came in for a visit. And we learned in St. Louis not to leave Kelly alone with a whole cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. Our most notable accomplishments are attending Illinois Broadcasters Association convention and winning 17 awards. We've also won 5 awards from the Society of Professional Journalists. And when we attended the College Broadcasters Association National Convention in St. Louis, it was incredible as we were national presenters on several panels, and we won 5 national awards, including 3 first place awards for Best Website in the Nation, Best Newscast, and Best Station Promo. Many of our proudest moments have come more recently, though. Even though we can't be with you guys in Fell Hall, you continue to do amazing work. News and Sports has posted 150 stories online since spring break. We are still keeping in touch with our clients and planning events and serving the public and each other the best way that we can. Tonight's webcast is just one of those examples. We are amazed at all that you do, and please know you are already professionals that we are proud of. Steve has some things he'd like to share too.
Yeah, just a little bit more. You know, Bob and Laura had talked about the students at TB10 who were having internships and part-time jobs in the field. So I wanted to recognize those folks that we have as well. Derek Tilley and Jill Hart were both at Radio Bloomington over the course of the last year. Vince Maltese, Ashley Benkowski, both at GLT. Grace has been at Newhoff since December. So we're extremely proud of those folks. Managing the stress of a part-time job or an internship on top of Z&D and TV10 is extremely difficult. And, just like Deb, I'm super proud of what we've been able to accomplish too. Radio has a very important role. It's a first responder in emergency situations. And even though our on-air capacity has been limited due to the situation, we have still been able to fulfill that duty to our audience. And we've done not just our station proud, but the university and the community as well.
We're really proud of you guys. We've got a lot of awards to give tonight, so we hope that you will stay with us. Okay, now let's take a moment and honor those that bring personality to our station, our seniors.
I frequently give our production team a pretty hard time. One of the deflating moments for anyone in production is the moment they bring a script to my office. The media business office folks think Deb's pink pen is scary, but the production team knows better than anyone what it's like to get a script back with Sharpie scribbled all over it. Despite that, this team member from the production department would always come back with a second, third, sometimes fourth version until it was right. That's why I'm giving Mike Rickey the Persistence Award.
This guy seamlessly moves between TV10 and WZND's music department. A creative soul clearly living his best life in the lower level of Fell Hall. Nate Doro wins our Renaissance Man Award.
Not only have I enjoyed this senior's photography work from both Z&D and GLT, but she also always brings positive energy and a smile with her to the radio station. The Picture Perfect Award goes to Ashley Benkowski.
Always smiling, even in times of stress, our talented multimedia team member, Claire Bottom, wins the Color Me Happy Award.
It's pretty rare that we have a journalist who can win this award, but I always enjoy it when I have the opportunity to hand it out. It takes a tremendous amount of dedication to create quality content for one of the School of Communications student media outlets, and very rarely can a student pull off creating award-winning content for the Vedette, TV10, and WZND. It's my pleasure to give the Triple Threat Award to Grace Barbick.
This talented news and sports team member is so dedicated to WZND, he came straight back to work after surgery and couldn't understand why I made him sit on the couch. Always ready to pitch in, the Most Dedicated Award goes to Captain Joe Smearman.
The first time I really got to know this next individual was when he was randomly drawing sketches of the radio station in the lobby. The following semester, he actually got to hop on a baseball broadcast that I had to do play-by-play for myself. I think it was an Easter Sunday. And gave our audience a physics lessons about velocity and arch angles of fly balls. It's still one of the more creative comments I've ever heard from a WZND color commentator. Because of that comment and his beautiful sketches of the radio station, the Most Creative Award goes to Joe Vargas.
Always willing to contribute her fabulous ideas, this team member from the famous WZND clown car is always thinking. The Creative Ideas Award goes to Amber Fry.
As we'll talk about, the Wake Up Normal crew usually does not get the love that it deserves. Being the first ones into Fell Hall every day can take a toll on someone, especially when we seem to get a significant amount of snowfall every single Thursday to begin the spring semester. Our poor Thursday morning newscaster had to put up with school closings nearly every week before spring break, and he did it without complaining and coming in early. The winner of the Snow Day Award goes to Nate Keeney.
From dealing with disappearing little baby to scheduling da baby, this guy always makes me laugh. The Baby Baby Award goes to Jared Smith.
This next senior came to us for just one semester, his final one, but he did a great job covering both sports and news while he was here. My only wish is that he would have joined WZND sooner. The winner of the Better Late Than Never award goes to Alfonso Serna.
So proud of this young woman that we managed to steal out from under the business department. When she started at WZND, she was nervous about every single move that she made. Now she's taking charge when she needs to. Lexi Carroll receives the I've Got This award.
Every once in a while, we get a dedicated Z&D'er who has to leave the station for other opportunities. We hate to see him go, but we realize that Z&D won't be every student's top priority. This next person did that and then joined us again this spring and picked up right where she left off. The Don't Call It a Comeback award goes to Nina McFarland.
We have been so fortunate to have this guy on our team. He's got mad production and writing skills and knows a little bit about a lot of things and a lot about music and sound. Lachlan receives our Maestro Award.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really care for this next senior. He has the worst hot takes that have ever existed, to the point where people literally call the station as soon as he opens his mouth on air. I wanted to give him the second best Rosala award, but Deb said that was too mean. In all seriousness, this man's creativity has taken the Red Zone and our station as a whole to new heights, and I couldn't be more proud of the growth I've seen from him this year, particularly the regrowth of his hair after those frosted tips from the fall. The best WZND haircut award goes to Scott Rosala.
Oh, those smoldering photos are so worth it. Continuing on my production theme, we honor Derek Tilley, capable of conversing about any subject with any person at any time under the sun. He's always open for debate. He wins our I've Got Something to Say About That award.
When this next senior joined our UTA team at WZND this spring, I thought he was a quiet sports fan from my 162 class, and he was. Little did I know, all that time he spends quietly sitting, he's thinking about conspiracy theories, aliens, ancient civilizations, and artificial intelligence. There's more than meets the eye to this guy, people. The Look Beneath the Surface award goes to Justin Bemis.
Getting her steps in, coming up with creative ideas for listeners, and planning her next vacation, this person knows how to multitask. Our juggling award goes to Gina Malnati.
It took a while for this next senior to come out of his comfort zone, but he eventually did on a little cast scooter. He really found his own in his internship this summer at Z&D. Some of our best recorded promos came out with the help of his voice work and his editing. The Best New York Accent Award goes to Brian Toderick.
What would I do without this guy? He keeps me on track in sales class, and he even got Carter to finish the P1, finally. He summarizes our meetings with just one creative word. He's even willing to challenge Kyle in bizarre races. I owe him a debt of gratitude for joining our circus. The Good Sport Award goes to Jake.
In radio, there's something called mic fright. It's when someone who normally is charismatic all of a sudden clams up in front of a microphone. This senior is sort of the opposite. She seemed a little shy and quiet around the office, but once you get a microphone in front of her, watch out. She's definitely not shy or quiet when she's in the studio on Monday nights to give our listeners their new music of the week. She has the opposite of mic fright. The Mike Courage Award goes to Jamie Rago.
Always gives great advice and defends her friends until the end. I love this woman and her caring heart. She is fierce on the outside, but so loyal to the end. The Marshmallow Award goes to Jill Hart.
This next senior has done a lot of great stuff at WZND. He's organized adding additional metadata to our entire music library, mastered our scheduling software, and he's a great on-air talent in his own right. However, he may forever be known for the one mistake he made in our business-only group chat when he was first selected to a leadership role at WZND. The Parties at My Place award goes to TJ.
We'll be there. I think it's on Zoom this year, Steve. Every once in a while, you meet a person who's in love with learning. Maddie is a true student at heart, and as my teaching assistant, she has truly helped me improve my courses. At the same time, she's dedicated herself to the media business office and helped out traffic and ERPR. She even takes Italian classes just for fun. Maddie wins the Future Professor Award.
This next senior deserves all the credit in the world for navigating difficult situations her entire tenure as program director. Whether it was making difficult management decisions or trying to figure out how to run a radio station safely in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, she has remained steadfast in her clear-headed decision-making, and she's not going to put up with anyone trying to bring her down. The Not Taking Your Crap award goes to Karis Crandall.
The energy this woman has brought to WZND in her time with us is unmatched. Her no-nonsense attitude was the perfect fit in client services department, and I think she was born handing out business cards in the delivery room. Professional to a fault, she landed a prestigious New York Media Fellowship this summer that will not be able to happen. This setback, though, will not derail the successful path that she's on. The Most Likely to Succeed award goes to Sarah Rainey.
You won't hear this next senior's name just one time tonight, but if anyone deserves double recognition, it's them. Whether they're the first to show up, the last to leave a remote, managing difficult weekend situations as the director on call, or hosting one of our most successful specialty shows, WZND literally could not exist without this individual. The Always Reliable award goes to Casey Brown.
A constant surprise to me, this woman has led the most interesting life, from the Pakistani dance troupe she headed to her calm and cool demeanor running enormous events. She's always got a good story, some candy, practical advice, and another idea. She takes no nonsense. Nothing is better than hearing her laugh. The Most Interesting Woman award goes to Casey Bridge. Well, that wraps up our seniors for tonight, Steve. What are we going to do next year without them? I don't know.
Hopefully have a broadcast banquet in person.
That would be nice. But now let's hear about the TV10 seniors from Bob.
All right, we are here with some more lighthearted awards. These hopefully are a little bit clever, hopefully a little bit funny, but also hopefully a little bit heartwarming. At least with mine, it might make a little more sense if you got a drink. I know this is like my sixth take. Oh, and the whiskey's strong every time. Maybe this one will help me get it through it. And hopefully there won't be too many tears, but it's going to be sad because, you know, just being here, I miss you all, and I'm disappointed that we won't be able to all be together face to face, but I feel like you're here just by being able to talk to you. Little background on this: Laura said to us when we got together and came up with this idea, she said, let's make these all lockdown, coronavirus oriented, you know, maybe have every award start with, be themed with a co or something like that. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then Laura told me that tonight that she's not doing that. And I don't think Kelly or Andrew did that either. So mine, they are what they are. Drink. I'll start off with the Bod Con. This one might be a little bit too on the nose, but at least I can hit my nose. Ibad gets the Co-Median Award. Yeah, me too. That was lame. I need Damon to write some of this stuff for me, right? The obviously with a show like Comedy Club, that just makes sense. But Ibad's funny, but he's also really talented on both sides of the camera. He's a great shooter, great editor, and really just a great person. And I feel like I've gotten to know Ibad much more closely in this last semester, and really feel for him and hope that everything is as good as it can possibly be in this world for him, because he deserves it. Moving on, Ian Roberts gets the, oh, again, lame puns, the Co-Muter Award, because Ian, as many of you probably know, is from town here and doesn't have far to travel. So he's a commuter. But I'll say I loved Ian's photography. Some of the best I've seen. Those close shots, amazing. But Ian, sadly, that kind of breaks our social distancing rules. So you're going to have to back up a little bit now. Oh, Olivia Talmadge. For Olivia, the Coca-Cola Park Award. For those who don't know, Olivia has traveled a long way to be here at ISU. She comes from Allentown, Pennsylvania, and the semi-pro ballpark in Allentown is Coca-Cola Park. So I'm really glad that Olivia made the choice to travel all that distance. I'm not sure how she found out about ISU, but I'm glad she did. It was sad to see her. She actually came in after spring break to grab some stuff from the news drive, and it was sad to say goodbye to her and know that she was going to be making that drive back to Allentown. Taylor Mitchell is next on my list, and Taylor gets the co-host award. Taylor co-hosted several shows and co-produced several shows with us, and also, as I think Laura has mentioned earlier, the social media stuff that Taylor's been doing just really brings us into a whole new world of what we're doing with things and how we're doing them. But I'm sure Taylor's going to go far, and she's got her eyes set on some big stuff already. So Taylor Mitchell is our co-host. Claire Bottom gets this one doesn't make as much sense because it's not really a co-word. It's a co-word, but the Constancy Award. Claire has been around for a really long time. I haven't even counted up the semesters, but she's been here one of the longest that we've had, and she's just done a ton of stuff on every level of things here with us. One of the things that she hasn't really wanted to do so much is be on air, but she took it like a trooper and did the theater stuff that we asked her to do, and did a really great job with that. So Claire gets the Constancy Award. Gage Morgan, this is not a C word, but it sounds like a C word, the Kodomo Award. And for those who don't speak Japanese, Kodomo means child. And Gage was here basically when he was a child, when he started with us. He's been around a while, but he's matured over the years and has really come to be a strong leader, but he's always maintained that kind of a childlike enthusiasm, childlike wonder for gaming, and a childlike enjoyment of Japanese culture. So Gage Morgan gets the Kodomo Award. Tommy Peters. Tommy, you get the Collected Award, because collected describes your demeanor when you're directing. You're cool, you're calm, nothing shakes you. You just get right through it, and and that's a sign of a great director. But you're also just cool and calm when we throw something at you that you don't expect. You know, when we're like, hey, Tommy, you want to do sports for a semester? You're like, okay. So, Tommy, you get the collected award. And that brings us to Caitlin Provo. She gets the Co-Wyatt Award. Caitlin, the first 2 semesters you were working on It's So Funny, I'm not sure that I knew you were here most of the time. Just so quiet, but you've opened up a little bit, tiny bit. I need another drink. Part of me disappears every time I take a drink. And that whiskey doesn't get any less potent every time I take a drink. But through the semesters, through the years, actually, it's been fun to watch you grow, and you're just super reliable. You've been a great help, even when you come into the now that we're in distance learning kind of stuff. When you come into the chats and Inception, I just feel like you're quiet. You're there. You do what you need to do, and there's not a lot of just really love knowing that I don't have to tell you to do something. You just get in there and you do it, and you do what needs to be done, and that's awesome. So, Caitlin, you're the Co-Wyatt one. But really, honestly, I don't. I'm gonna miss you all. I'm really. I will be sad to see you gone, and I'm hoping that y'all stop back and visit as soon as things get better, and we can get out. But I want to everyone make a toast here. I toast to our seniors. We missed having you around. There's a few that I haven't mentioned because they're going to go on to Andrew or Kelly, but they will have some great things to say about you as well. Everyone, cheers. Okay. All right. Well, I believe Andrew's next. If it's not Andrew, it'll be Kelly, but take it away.
Courtney Cunningham. When I had Courtney as a student, she was fairly quiet, but she absorbed information like a sponge, which you can see in her reporting today. And I'm always glad to see a journalism student take a production course because it means that they're truly dedicated to their craft. And I know that Courtney will do well wherever she goes, whatever station she goes to, or whatever job she takes. She's just going to do well, and I hope the best for her. Kayla Lindbergh. Kayla is a smart and diligent student who gets well with pretty much everybody, which is something that you need in the newsroom. She's progressed well from when I had her as a student into an excellent journalist, and I know that she will go far wherever she goes. Best of luck. Liam Donahue. I didn't have Liam as a student, but I did assist him when he was a producer on 10 on 10 and The Sports Zone. Probably my favorite moment with him was letting him borrow my wrestling title belt to assist his reporting on 10 on 10, talking about pro wrestling. I know that he's going to do great things, and I wish him well in his future endeavors.
So Andrew mentioned Liam and Kayla, and they were both part of our Sports Zone team. So was Allie Rasper. Allie always brings so much energy and excitement to everything that she does. It's really no surprise that she is part of the ISU cheerleading team as well. You can kind of see that in her. She also spent the year as photo editor of the Vedettes, where she worked every weekend and sometimes during 398 class too. But her energy was infectious. Get it? And I would say Allie gets the Allie's All In award. Next, Nina McFarlane was a producer and an anchor for us this spring, as well as an MMJ last year. And she's done some reporting while we've been working from home too. She balances a lot. She has a server job at the pub, and she has had some success in beauty pageants as well. Miss Windy City, Miss Illinois Teen. So today I will bestow a title that means a lot to Redbirds. I will call Nina Miss Cheeseball. And I do miss the cheese balls. I do. I bet you do too. All right. Jolie Sherman was new with us this year. She worked hard as an MMJ, but she was no stranger to the basement of Bell Hall because she's been very successful with our speech team for quite a while. She does prose, she does persuasion, and now she does packages. So Jolie gets the Proving to be Prepared for the Professional World Award. How about that? Rylan Harrison does sports with us, and he was a reporter and an MMJ last fall. Rylan likes sports. He likes rock and roll, Led Zeppelin, I think. He likes dogs. I just learned he can cook a steak. And when this whole thing started, he went to Florida. So I think right on Rylan. He's got the right idea. I think I want to hang out with him. Diego Hernandez has been with us for 4 semesters. He has been a reporter, an MMJ, a producer, and an anchor, and he's also spent 4 years with the Gamify Circus. He has played Aladdin with the Gamify Circus, so he probably wishes right now that he had that magic lamp that he could just rub and make things be okay. But instead, I would say that he's really walking the tightrope like the rest of you graduating seniors are. And so for Diego, I would say life's a circus. That's the award that Diego gets, but we wish him well. Karina Lopez is another of our newer seniors. She changed from being a business major coming into journalism, and she jumped right in. She's been a good Simba member. She's gone on all of our field trips. She went to the convention in Champaign last fall, and it was a good thing because there is no convention this year. But she's really excited to be a reporter in an MMJ that she's been doing this spring. She would get from me the Make the Most of It award because I think that's how she lives her life. She always comes in with a smile and she always gives it her very best. Mia Riddell is another of our seniors. She has also made the most of her senior year. She was an MMJ in the fall and a producer and anchor this spring. Also worked on 10 on 10 in the Social Media Analytics Command Center. She had just finished a nice story on proms and weddings, and I can tell she really likes fashion. So even though I can't see her, I'm going to give Mia the Best Dressed award. I just feel like she probably deserves it. Gabrielle Cook usually dresses in leotards. You're probably well aware that she is a gymnast, an outstanding gymnast with ISU. She's won all kinds of competitions and major awards, and we're very sad that she didn't get to have the end of her senior season. But she's also very flexible in the TV 10 newsroom and studio and control room, producing and anchoring and spotting the younger students who were working with her this spring, doing a great job with that. She did a successful internship in Peoria last summer and got selected for a national program that centered in Nashville for some training. So I am giving the Stretch Yourself Award to our gymnast, Gabrielle, because she really did. Bobby Selzer is a new senior, and yet he is by far the oldest senior. He's been working part-time at WJBC the last several months, and he's been working on something else that the newsroom was pretty excited about. His new baby daughter was born right when all of this started to happen. So congratulations to Bobby and his wife Nicole on their new beautiful daughter. And I will say that I will give Bobby the Gee, I wish I could have met your baby award, because the baby's name is Cheetah. Get it?
Nate Doro. I enjoy bonding with Nate over what I'm sure he considers to be old TV shows, but for me, they're the shows that I grew up on. Thank you, Nate, for understanding the pop culture references that I make because you choose to watch the good TV shows. Nate has been successful on camera and in the control room. He's a pretty good show director. I wonder if that has anything to do with his fantastic taste in TV shows. Grace Barbick is someone I've known for a long time. I've been wondering all these years when someone from my non-ISU life would come into my TV10 life, and I'm so happy that it ended up being Grace. Grace and I danced at the same dance studio way back when in Joliet. Even though we're not the same age, we did get to share the stage together a few times. Grace happens to be really good at sharing. She is a very good co-worker, co-producer, co-anchor, and co-host. Yes, all of those co-words. She's worked really hard on all of those things this year and has done a great job. I'm so proud that we now also share TV10. Taylor Mentz has been a joy to have as a student. She never makes me worry that she didn't work hard enough. Every task put before her, she puts her all into. Whether it's a small assignment or a major project, Taylor is always the hardest worker in the room. She took her reporting shifts at TV10 just as seriously this spring, even when she had to figure out how to report while she was moving between two houses. AJ Cafazo was one of my first students, but not in a TV class. AJ made an impression on day one of Com 110. He was the talker, always ready to provide an answer for questions even if he didn't have one prepared. AJ's still a talker at TV10. This semester he took on hosting duties for 10 on 10, and he brought your buzz on Mondays.
Hi, my name is Percy. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kelly's roommate. Samantha Brinkman is a dear friend of mine who spent time with me when Kelly would leave me all alone. Sam is kind, compassionate, and knows how to pet me just the way I like. I don't know what Kelly will do without Sam to come check on me. I guess she can never leave again.
Hello all, hope you are enjoying this first ever broadcast banquet webcast that's been going on today. My name's Brian James and I'm the radio graduate teaching assistant, and I just want to hop on really quickly and give a quick congratulations to everyone on the work that they've accomplished over this past year. I spent quite a bit of time during my undergrad years at TV10 and at ZND, so it's been really cool to kind of see everyone start as these really young and ambitious people and really grow into some awesome young professionals and of accomplishing really awesome things. I think through TV10, one of the coolest things that I feel like I've noticed is this really cool identity that's been developed in all of the shows that you guys have been working on, whether it's been the newscast or 10 on 10, Good Afternoon Blono, the Sports Zone. Everyone that's worked on these shows has really created this awesome cohesive identity that they're presenting on air and also online as well. The incorporation of social media has really been awesome and inspiring, and I hope you've learned a lot through what you've been doing here. I know I did. I learned so much from actually getting to be on these shows, whether it's behind the scenes or on the camera. Even as we transferred to online stuff now after spring break, it's been so cool to see you all still continuing to do work. And I hope you really feel proud of the stuff that you've done and it can see the value in all of that. The same can be said for all of you at ZND too. I think I might have a bit of a closer eye on all of you who have started at a younger age during your time here and have grown into these awesome people. A lot of you I selected back in the day when I was a director, and to see you all in those positions now is so cool, and you've all learned so much. From seeing all of you just this past year who started as directors in the fall and were in 214, and the same for the spring. You all kind of started like deer in the headlights and you were scared and you didn't really know what you were doing yet. But you found that out and you figured that out, and you all have really done an awesome job in developing into these really awesome people and directors. And the same goes for that. I hope you see the value in that and see the awesome things that you've done. Even though these past couple weeks have been really tough, there's still a lot to be valued from your time here. And even more so, I think, throughout having to transfer onto line. You're learning a whole new set of skills and stuff that people didn't have otherwise from previous years. So there's good things to still learn here, and I hope you all are still seeing the value in that. I know before spring break, I despised online classes as it was, and that's just been reinforced these past couple of weeks. But I still hope you're finding time to make the most out of this last couple months of the semester are usually really hard, just as is, but also there's a lot of fun to be had during this time too. And so I hope you're finding ways to still make the most out of your time during these last couple of weeks of the semester, even if it is through things like an online broadcast, banquet webcast. It's hopefully you're making the most of it. And something I really wanted to remind you of is that everyone that is here on this broadcast and everyone that's a part of these awesome groups are here for you. I know Bob, Laura, Deb, Steve, Kelly, Andrew, and myself, want to do whatever it is that we can to help you out. Usually this is the time of year where Laura and Bob and Deb and Steve are giving their speeches about finding jobs, and it's okay if you don't have one yet, and they're working their little magical powers to get people things. And hopefully you're utilizing them as an awesome resource. Even if you're someone who's still sticking around and maybe just need someone to talk to, we're all here for you, and we want to offer that as best as we can. And I know I would find it comforting to be able to kind of give back a little bit and have something to focus on. And I'm sure that people would feel that way as well. So please make sure you're reaching out if you need anything, especially during these last couple of weeks, because that's what we're here for. And if you don't all take care of each other, then stuff starts to fall apart. So hope you're making the most of it and utilizing all these awesome resources that we have for you, because we definitely want to help as much as possible. But things are kind of getting sad, and I don't want to be dramatic about stuff, so I think we should lighten the mood a little bit. We have some awesome awards coming from Deb and Steven and Lauren and Bob coming up to represent ZND and TV10, so make sure you're sticking around for that. But first, rumor has it we put together some awesome little fun videos to lighten the mood. So let's take a look at that.
Thanks, Brian. That was certainly fun. Now it's time for our yearly awards.
Every year, we honor the accomplishments and hard work of some of WZND's best students. Each category has a winner both from the on-air branch of WZND and the media business office. Our first award is for Best Newcomer, given annually to an extraordinary student who started at WZND in either the fall or spring semester of this academic year.
From the anti-Black ISU protests to COVID-19, we've done a lot of great journalism this year at WZND, but perhaps one of the biggest improvements to our journalism product has come to our monthly investigative news magazine show, Bird's Eye View. While it takes a whole team to create each episode, the efforts of the Bird's Eye View team would be nothing without its show's great producer. The WZND On-Air Best Newcomer of 2020 is Anna Marie Schutt.
This 2020 newcomer came in somewhat under the radar and began tackling the many events of the media business office. She is relentless in solving problems and always has the initiative to move things forward. She keeps project moving and keeps everyone calm in the middle of the storms. We just need to turn the temperature down for her. We love Jillian Russell.
Our next award is the Most Improved Award. While the individuals chosen were by no means bad or unsuccessful when they came to us, they have demonstrated an extraordinary amount of growth during their time at WZND.
This person has moved from always trying to tell me someone else was handling the thing to actually handing me completed files before I ask for them. It has been a long road of learning that I've always got more questions, but I am so proud of how much knowledge he's gained and how prepared he has become. Congratulations, Adrian Mikor.
Usually, this award is reserved on air for students who come to WZND needing a little bit of help with their voice work or on-air talent. This year's On-Air Most Improved is someone who came to us with a lot of talent, but wasn't quite sure how to manage it. I've watched this individual add organization and leadership skills to his resume over the last 2 years, and he has now blossomed into one of the most reliable people at the radio station. The 2020 On-Air Most Improved is Derek Tilley.
Next, we have the Unsung Hero Award, which recognizes efforts from students that sometimes go under the radar. These are some of our most underappreciated students, and this is an opportunity for us to show some appreciation.
When you're the first one to Fell Hall in the morning, you rarely get the recognition you deserve. Since August, this person has been the first one in the door, whether it be on Wake Up Normal, Morning Remote, or something else that he's doing that day. The 2020 On-Air Unsung Hero is Keegan Johnson.
This person has grown so much this year. She is incredible at anticipating what comes next and planning things out. Like a boss, she is always making things happen behind the scenes. But remember, she needs to eat before you ask her any questions. Please congratulate Jill Hart.
The Up and Coming Award is next. It's given every year to students who show promise moving into the next academic year. These are the students who will be leading us into the future of our organization.
The creative types among us sometimes have trouble adapting to our organizational structure and record keeping. I'm proud to say that this person has managed to keep their creativity intact and learn to deal with clients and plan ahead. You may know her as the meme queen, but next year she leads our multimedia department. Congratulations to Claire Wagner.
The on-air up-and-comer is someone who I can truly say is one of the hardest working women I've ever met. She had a lot to learn coming into WZND, but she's been on the fast track since showing up as a reporter and anchor in the fall. Since then, whether it's by leading and organizing our news coverage or contributing to stories herself, she's helped to produce journalism content on par with our professional counterparts. The 2020 on-air up-and-comer is Katrina Peterson.
Every student director at WZND has proven themselves to be an extraordinary leader. Managing a group of your peers is not an easy task. Named after ISU radio program legend Ruth Yates, the Ruthless Award is given to students who have shown outstanding management and leadership at WZND.
This one, to be honest, was pretty easy for both Deb and myself.
It was.
We don't have two winners for the Ruthless Award this year because we both picked the same person for the media business office and on air. She's grown so much in her role managing both ends of WZND, and the 2020 Ruthless Award for both the media business office and on air is Kelly Lanigan.
Woo-hoo! Let's hear it for the general manager. She has definitely taken the reins, especially during all the changes this semester. Kelly, we're really, really proud of you.
And finally, our last regular award is our MVP award. These are the people who are always here, always working, always reliable, to put it simply. We could not operate without our MVPs.
The media business office has become an ad agency and an event planning business with more sales and lots of events to plan. Without strong leadership, we would not be where we are today. This award goes to the person that is able to take a comprehensive look at everything that is happening and make crucial decisions. She fields concerns from students and faculty and often presents us with solutions before we have completely defined the problem. Her future employers are really lucky because I'd keep her forever if I could. I'd also buy her a puppy. The MBO MVP winner is once again Casey Bridge.
The on-air MVP is at WZND so much I might start charging her rent. Again, like her colleagues, she's one of the hardest workers I know, always working on something. I know this because she has a million questions on whatever she's working on, but I don't mind because it gives me one extra chance to see her smiling face and maybe share some of her lunch. She's an outstanding journalist, and it's a shame that she will not be able to go to her IBA multicultural internship this summer. I only hope that this recognition tonight can make her remember that all the hard work was worth it. The 2020 WZND on-air MVP is Maritza Navarre-Lopez.
The WZND Leadership Award is normally presented during Communication Week to 2 WZND students that exemplify leadership for others. These 2 seniors have been excellent role models for the WZND and Media Business Office teams. We are proud to award the WZND Leadership Awards to Casey Bridge and Casey Brown.
Whether it was organizing audio production coursework and studio time or single-handedly pushing the WZND Saturday morning ratings to a competitive spot, this individual deserves so much more than the WZND Leadership Award, but is what we can offer her here tonight. And we're really proud of Casey.
And Casey Bridge is the backbone of the Media Business Office and one of the reasons that our event planning has been so successful. We're really proud of both of you. And Casey, the way to go. WZND Leadership. Thank you very much. We're extremely proud of all of our award winners this year. Congratulations to everyone. And now let's hear from Bob and Laura on this year's TV10 Awards. TV10, unite.
Okay, now comes the time when we give our slightly more serious awards. Not that we don't put thought into all of them, but these are a little more representative of accomplishment, I guess. So we start with our Outstanding Newcomer Awards. We give those each year to someone who is new to the program within this past year, who has been outstanding. So in journalism, the person that this year is Lizzie Siles. Lizzie did an excellent job as an MMJ and reporter in the fall, covered city council all the time. I'm sure she remembers that. And then continued to be a very good producer and anchor this spring, even though she was only doing it once a week. Her work is always excellent. She works quickly. She works well with others. She works smart. And it's just been a pleasure to have her in the newsroom.
And our outstanding newcomer in production is Damon Breitbarth. Damon, last semester in the fall, just really stepped things up with his photography. I'm sure Anthony was pretty happy to be working with him. They did some really creative stand-ups together. The shooting was good, and the puns were just what everyone loved.
Were they good?
I liked it. I like the puns.
I did too.
Yeah, so Damon, congratulations. You are our outstanding newcomer in production.
Then our next category is MVP. I think everybody understands what that means. So in journalism, we pretty quickly agreed that Grace Barbic has done very strong work and is somebody that you can count on in just so many ways. As a producer of a newscast, she will put a great newscast together, but then she's also shown such skill at Good Afternoon Below Now, booking the interviews, eating cookies on the set, having live musical performances, a lot of versatility with that. But then also later this semester, somebody else has really stepped forward in a very outstanding way, and that's Mia Riddell. Mia was doing a good job, but since all of this has started, we've seen her not only anchor and produce the news updates, but also take even a bigger role in the show 10 on 10. And last week, she was producing content for Good Afternoon Blono as well. So we think they're both MVPs, Grace and Mia.
And our MVP in production is Andrew Wolf. Andrew, again, just put in tons of hours. He came up with the style guide, which will be useful for a long time to come. Letting everyone know how things should look on TV 10. That's a really important thing. He also worked on reopens and opens and got lower thirds, created the lower thirds for Final Cut, which came in huge help when we came to this whole shelter in place thing, because if we didn't have lower thirds in Final Cut, we would not look nearly as good. So congratulations, Andrew.
And before we leave the MVP category, we decided that a new area merited an award, and that is social media, because we've seen some huge growth in that this year. So no surprise, our MVP in social media goes to Taylor Mitchell. She has taken our Instagram and just been so consistent with it. She was in the control room almost every single day in the fall, and most days in the spring. I know she did get some people to help her shoot some video, and we are appreciative to them too, but she has made things look fun, look better. She's interacted with people. She's really grown. And again, that's something that's going to benefit the program and Bob and me for the future as well. So Taylor, you're our MVP in social media.
And our outstanding senior in television production goes to Samantha Brinkman. Samantha has been the person who's really worked to make sure that everything she does is top notch. She's did an entire independent study on just looking at camera movement. She's worked on her still photography skills. She's worked on her editing, doing freelance editing for Adam Ron. Just really, really stands out as an outstanding production person.
Yes, she sure is. Our outstanding senior in journalism, also somebody that has done a great job, that's Diego Hernandez. We mentioned before that he has been a big part of our project with Univision, and honestly could not have happened if we did not have him and his willingness. And on top of that, he continued to be a key part of our news producing staff, producing and anchoring, and the performer in him would come through in the very best way. His newscasts were always good, always very watchable, and he helped to lift up the others who were paired with him too. So he's our outstanding senior in journalism.
And the next award does take a little bit of explanation. It's the Jeff Schmolowitz Award. Jeff Schmolowitz was in my position back in the 70s. He was not the very first production manager, but he was the second one. The first one was there for a year. But then Jeff really took TV 10, into the world from black and white into color, and really made a mark. Jeff was also quite a character, and to go along with that, the spirit of that, our Jeff Schmolowitz Award winner is Gage Morgan.
Are you saying he's a character?
I am saying Gage is a character. Yes, Gage. He's always got something witty to say, but he puts in the work, he puts in the hours, and he does the stuff that he's supposed to do. And I think that probably there's been times where Gage has slept in the post-production room or in the SCW closet. Not that he's been the only one. Other people I know have too also slept in the SCW closet, just so that they can get more work done. But Congratulations.
Yeah, sleeping is not any part of the requirement, just so we're clear, you juniors out there. And our final award is kind of along the same vein. It's to honor someone from our past. The founder of TV10, the first news director, Jeff Hawkinson. He was very well thought of and really helped to start the program. So every year we give an award in his memory. And we give it to the person who shows the most potential to succeed in the field of broadcast journalism. So we ask ourselves, who do we think will still be doing this 5 years from today? And that's a tough thing to look into the future and try and see. So no pressure, but Gabrielle Cook, at this point, we think that's you. We hope it will be many of you, but we think Gabrielle is just very focused and determined and single-minded in her pursuit of this right now, and we love to see that. So the Founders Award goes to Gabrielle Cook. That does it for our more serious awards.
Congratulations to all of you. Great job.
Wonderful. That is going to do it for this year's Broadcast Banquet webcast. Thank you for joining us for hopefully the first and the last version of this being online. And hopefully we can have that in person the next time that we get together like this. I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that put time and effort into putting this together. Obviously no easy task because of the new online medium that we're on, but so worth it, and hope you enjoyed it. There has been information sent out about a Zoom social that's going to be taking place right after this broadcast, so basically starting right now. Again, thank you to everyone who joined us. I want to give a huge congratulations to all those that are graduating this semester. Please stay safe and healthy and optimistic, and we're all looking forward to seeing you as soon as possible.